But the truth of the matter is that if he gives you what you need sometimes and takes it away, he knows what you need. He knows how to give it to you, and he's choosing to not do it. Reactive abuse is one of those things that it sounds counterintuitive, and it's a very effective manipulation tactic for the abuser to use against you. For example, if you're in a relationship and constantly your partner maybe tells you things about yourself that you don't like or picks on your insecurities, they keep pointing out that maybe you're not good enough at cooking, cleaning, or maybe you don't go to the gym enough for them. Every day it's constantly you trying to just walk around them, trying to not trigger them, trying to stay safe. And then maybe one day you've had enough of it, of that kind of abuse or any other kind of emotional or physical abuse, and then you react. Maybe you scream, maybe you are like yelling at the top of your lungs, maybe you throw something. That's expected and understandable because you are under a constant state of stress and anxiety, and you're always walking on eggshells. But when you react, and they know you will eventually, it's perfect for them to be able to be like, oh, okay, like you're actually crazy. This is why I have to treat you the way I do. This is why I have to say the things I do. You're not emotionally stable. And in those moments, you might be like, okay, maybe they're right because I am freaking out. I am the one who's unstable in this moment. And because they will never take accountability, they will never say, oh, hey, like today I was being really rude. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Because they will never validate your experience. In the moments where you have reacted, it's super confusing and it makes you feel bad and makes you feel bad for them. And then you're like, okay, maybe I am the bad guy. But you're just reacting to how they've been treating you, what they do to you, how they make you feel. And that's the thing about that emotional type of abuse. And just because there's emotional abuse does not mean there's not other types of abuse. There could be a whole combination of things. But it's important for you to realize what's happening so that in the moments where you're reacting, you're fully in your right to react because they treat you badly. You can see, oh, okay, like they're telling me these things because they want to manipulate me. They want me to be confused. They want me to feel bad. And if you're aware of what is happening, you won't fall into that trap so deeply. You might realize it's happening, take a deep breath, walk away. You might maybe just stop reacting to them, stop engaging them in that conversation. Don't start asking them, what can I do to make it up to you? I'm so sorry. We're not doing that because we know in this exchange what's happening. We have reacted to their abuse. They have now taken the opportunity, flip it on you, make themselves the victim, make it so that you feel like you're the one in the wrong, make it so that you feel like you owe them something, and then the cycle continues. And then a day, a week, a month later, you'll react again. And so if you've been with this person in this type of cycle for long enough, they will actually convince you that you are the crazy one, that you are wrong, that they could go anywhere else and they'll be treated better. And you, if you're not aware of what is happening, you might believe them. You might feel bad about yourself. You might start getting more self-conscious. You might start feeling like you're worthless, like you can't do anything right, and you might be getting more confused. And that leaves you in a state where you can't really leave the relationship because, who's going to want me? I'm emotionally unstable. This person is such a great person. I am just the one who misunderstands them, who overreacts, right? And that's exactly what they want you to think. They want you to feel like you do not have the ability or the option to leave. Now, why would they do such a thing? I don't know that specific person, but in general, if we think about it, this person is a very insecure person. They might feel consciously or unconsciously that they're not worth someone loving them. They don't deserve it. They're not good enough. So they might feel that the only way they can get someone to stay with them, to show them affection, to have someone in their life is to manipulate them, make them feel small, make them feel like they don't have another choice but to stay with them. And that through those little things, they become the center of your universe. They become the person you rely on, so that even like financially, physically, emotionally, you rely on them. Remember, they've convinced you that you can't do it on your own. You don't know anything. They know everything. They've convinced you of this over time. And it's even more simple if someone else had already convinced you of something similar, and then you fall into the lap of someone who continues that cycle. Why would you watch videos like this? To increase your knowledge of what manipulators and abusers do. Because unfortunately for them, it is not uncommon. It's super common. This is super unfortunately the reality for a lot of people, not just women. It could be anyone, because anyone can be an abuser. Anyone can be abusive to others. You would want to increase your knowledge, understand the cycles, be able to see, okay, this is happening. I see what they're doing. I see what I'm doing. I see how this cycle continues. And once we become aware, we're able to not participate in their cycle. We're able to decide, okay, I see the cycle happening. Maybe they know if I go talk to her after work and I tell her, what were you doing? The house is dirty. You don't know how to take care of the kids. Maybe that cycle is you try to defend yourself. You try to tell them, hey, no, actually, that's not true. I can't clean the house because I'm taking care of the kids. Maybe that cycle is you turning around and trying to defend yourself. If you become aware, you can just maybe say, okay, or just say nothing, right? And that might make them angry. That might make it worse for a while. And I don't know your situation. You know the situation. You know how to keep yourself safe. If it's safe for you to ignore them, and the only thing that might happen is they get angry, they might ignore you, they might do other things. But in general, if you're safe, stopping that little part in the cycle will be extremely helpful to stepping out the bigger picture of the cycle, because the bigger picture of the cycle is all these little things that add up. The point for the abuser is to always keep you guessing. You never know. Some days he's in a great mood. He talks to you. You're the best wife. You're the best mom. And maybe you're like, wow, he finally gets it and things are going to get better. And then the next day he's back to the same thing, or she's back to the same thing. And then there's that confusion. Oh, now I'm confused. We were just good and now we're bad. He's never, or she's never, or they've never been confused. They know exactly what they're doing. They are breaking you down, giving you a little bit of exactly what you want, and then going back to giving you nothing. That keeps you always waiting for them to give you what you want, because you know they can, because they sometimes do. And it gives you that little hope. Okay, maybe this time it'll stick. Maybe this time he really understood. More than likely, no. Yes, they understand though. They know what they're doing and they do it anyway. And in my work with clients, that is a really painful thing to accept, because a lot of the time we think, okay, maybe they do that because they don't know. Maybe they do that because I have to tell them again, even though I've told them many times. Maybe I have to explain it again. I've explained it before, but maybe they didn't get it. And that's why they do it. They're not doing it on purpose. That's a little bit of hope that we hold on to. But the truth of the matter is that if he gives you what you need sometimes and takes it away, he knows what you need. He knows how to give it to you, and he's choosing to not do it. He is choosing to hurt you, and he's choosing to do it in such a way where it manipulates you. It makes you uncertain, makes you self-conscious. It makes you put the blame on you. It makes you very confused, always waiting, always watching. So not only do they know what they're doing in that situation, they are adding another layer of the crazy making, you don't really know what reality is, but they do. And that's how they're keeping you there. And once we become aware, we can start to make changes so that we don't just constantly, every single day, give our power away to them. Standing there arguing with them, defending ourselves, is us giving our power away, because we've already told them these things and they already know these things and they don't care. Understanding, accepting that no matter how many times you say it, it won't matter. It will just make you tired. It will make you sad. It will make you exhausted. That will help you keep that energy to you, to your kids. Let's go back to that example where he gets home and starts on you, just a little bit of something to make sure that you remember that you need to stay small. And normally would just go ahead, give all your energy to him, all your power to him. That's not true. I am so sorry. How can it be better? Instead of that, maybe we can ignore them. Maybe we can do short, sweet answers. Sure. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. Sorry you feel that way. And focusing on ourselves. It's going to hurt, but we keep our power. We go hang out with the kids. If you don't have kids, you go do something for you. Go take a walk. Take a deep breath because you know it's coming again. And you got to just stay in your power. Stay in your truth that you know what's happening. And another thing that a lot of people do is we try to get that validation. We try to get them to admit, this is what you're doing. This is how you hurt me. We want to hear them say, you are right. And that'll make us feel safe enough to make a change, to make a choice to leave, or to make a choice to emotionally distance ourselves. But they will never give you that. They will never give you that because then they lose power over you. If you confront them like that, they'll act confused. Now you've hurt their feelings. And see, this is why they have to treat you that way. You deserve it, right? So you're going to lose your power again. We will never be validated by them. You have to validate your experience on your own. Remind yourself, you know what's happening. You feel it in your body. Your stomach drops, your stomach hurting. Maybe you have a lot of GI issues, lots of headaches. That's your body telling you something's going on. And you know it is. And you feel down, you feel sad, you feel pushed to the side. These are true things. And when doubt starts coming up, you could tell yourself, that's my reality. And that's true to me. If we go take it to them for some validation, they will make you feel like you're crazy. And then here we go back on that cycle. So remember, I am Natalia. I am a therapist, and I am not your therapist. So if you need help, if you need to talk to somebody, if you feel like you might be in an abusive relationship, go ahead and reach out to therapists in your area, maybe a therapy group. Those are sometimes more accessible, and sometimes they're even online. And just reach out maybe to a support group, get some help. I'm just here for educational purposes. I'll see you in the next one.